Hey guys, how we doing? Thought I'd show you guys a little DIY of my shelf the unit that. Let me just show you guys, make it a lot easier. That one up there. Yeah, let me. No. So dark. Right, in there. I'll put a picture up of my other one, the gray and white one. I got a lot of comments on it about with the Christian Holly video that went up when I had my signs in the background. That there was the video I was painting one of them, my gray or my black and white one. I got a lot of comments out. A lot of people said, well, why didn't you stain it? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Well, that one all I did was found a drawer and put it together real quick and made those with. Right now I don't have any drawers, so my camera's tilted. Darn it. Let me find something to put in there real quick. Yeah. Make that a little more level. Okay. A lot of people said you didn't stain it. Why do you do this? So I'm going to show you guys how I did it. It's basically, let me bring you guys down here a minute. I use scrap wood. I don't use any new wood. I use all scrap wood. Everything I have I found or come across somehow, some way. So, I mean, this here's a piece of trim. That's just baseboard trim. Those are sides. This is the top rail or rail of a chair, the top of the back of a chair. All I did was splice the ends off. So like I said, it's all scrap. This is just a little piece of wood that I have for trim. And I just take the pieces and put them together. This was just a board from an old shelf unit on the base of a drawer or a shelf. That was one piece. And I cut it in half. That's the top, that's the bottom. These were old bed rails, like this. They went on the sides of the bed. And they had little brackets on them at the top, at the two ends. These were the rails that go on your bed, and then your mattress had in here. I had two of these, so I cut them down to make my sides. And basically what I do is just, I'm going to show you guys, I ain't about to do the whole thing because it'll take too long and too much to see a lot of the stuff that's going to make noise, like the compressor when that's running, when I tack them together. So what I'm going to do is, I'll show you guys little bits and pieces as I do them, to show you guys sizes, shapes, and then we'll go through painting it again. But here's what it's going to be is, I'm going to take these, sand them, and as you see, some of these have like little holes where there was screws went into them, things like that, and those all got to be filled afterwards. So what I do is I sand them all down smooth first. After I get it sanded, then I'll take some putty, some wood putty here, and I'll fill it with this wood putty. I'll fill all these little holes up, let them dry, and then we'll sand them down again so they're pretty smooth. And then I'll go ahead and I'll assemble it. Once I get it assembled, then I'll start painting it. I don't paint it to pieces first because you scratch it up too much trying to put it together. So once I get these here straight and sanded, I'll bring you guys back after they get sanded. And I'll show you guys the puttying part, filling up some of the holes. They don't have too many. I try to find ones that don't have too many holes or cut my pieces so I'm in between any major holes that they have in them. Like these here are nothing, that's just a light sand. Same with that has none, but it does have one hole right up here where the one screw went in, so that I may save and use that screw hole to put my screw in. And then I just use some glue, brad nails, that goes together, and then I'll go back and drill some holes out, put some drywall screws in it to help make it more secure, and then we'll go ahead and chalk paint it. Chalk paint's what I use to finish it with because it's more durable and it's a lot stronger. So let me get these pieces sanded, we'll come back and I'll show you guys some of the assembly, and we'll go through the steps one by one and show you guys what you guys would need just to build a little shelf. Okay, later. Okay guys, we're back. How are we doing? What I did is I just took some 220 and went over it all. Basically just took the finish off, made sure it was nice and smooth. I mean, a lot of people tell you with the chalk paint you don't have to do this, but you got to remember I'm using old wood that's been banged around, slammed, hit, and these here are, if you're using recycled anything, you want to just get rid of all the stuff that's like these. Here's all the holes, you guys can see the holes. where stuff was screwed in. Like I said, this was just a piece of a panel from, I don't know, cabinet or something. It's just that press fireboard. It works really good. I'm trying to keep it light. These panels here, the two big panels, these are a little heavier, the bed rails. That's why I use the drawers, because the drawers are a thinner material. It makes it lighter. This one's going to be a little bit heavier, so whoever hangs it up is going to have to hang it very well. I'm going to put a big hook on the back. But like I said, these pieces of trim, I just took the finish off them a little bit. Basically what I was trying to do is to get rid of any dings, dents in the varnish, so when my chalk paint goes on, I get a nice, there's no burrs, no slivers. And like I said, when you're refurbishing wood from old stuff, you could go out and buy all this brand new and cut it up into sizes and shapes and whatever you want to do and do it yourself. I mean, more power to you. I'm showing you how to do it out of a cheaper way version of using old pieces of... I'll do another video again when I get a drawer, when it's starting to get out and you can do some treasure finding or scrapping. I'm going to look for some old furniture. If we find some old drawers, I'll do another video with the drawer and show you how much quicker that makes it. Because basically all you have to do is add a shelf to it and your trim and some finish and then paint it and it's done. This here, you're going to basically put it all together yourself. So that's where that one was much easier and much quicker. All I do was add trim to it. So now we've got all this here cleaned up. Now we have to go through with the wood filler. I just found this. It was cheap. It works really good. It sands real easy. It dries real fast. It is a pain in the butt sometimes to, well, it was. I was going to say to get out. But as you see, it just squirted right out, no problem. Where's my towel? Yeah. And then I just take something. Right now I got, you can use whatever you want. Whatever you got handy. Mine's that's a little thin. You know what it is? Because it's been sitting in here, I need to knead that a little bit. And we're going to get some of the liquids and it started to separate a little bit and the paste these back together. Just a little liquidy. So let's mix that back together. Now basically all you're going to do is go around, fill all these holes in, level them out, let them dry, which they don't usually take long. And what I'll do is I'll get you guys back here. Then, and what I do is just shove it in the hole and fill it. And once it fills, then you take your little tool and sort of like push it in. You don't slide it across yet. Take that pile you got and push down into the hole. That way you know you're filling that hole as much as you can. Then scrape off the excess. Press down, pack it in there, and then drag it across. Keep piling it up on there until you got a nice smooth surface there. You might have to do this once or twice, maybe even 3 times, depends on how much it dries and contracts. If it fills in the hole, sometimes they sink, they dry too much, and you didn't get enough in it. So like I said, go around, fill your holes, overfill them that little bit. Then that's it. And then let that dry, go back, sand it. And then we'll go to the next process. Okay, give me a minute to do all this. And once these dries, I'll bring you guys back and we'll show you guys what we're going to do about putting it together later. Okay, we're back guys. I got these pieces all sanded. I got the holes filled, they're all dry. A couple of them I may have to go back and touch up real lightly, but the majority of them they're level, they're filled in. I just wiped them off with a wet cloth. So basically all I did was fill the holes, sand everything back again. I just took a piece of light, the 220, and went back over all those holes I filled to make them smooth again. You can take a damp cloth and do the same thing just as easy. Now if you guys want to, you could easily take and do this, like I said, with brand new wood. But I'm about recycling and reusing. And if you can recycle and reuse something and return it into something else, why not? What should just go to the scrapyard or be burnt or wasted, and somebody get some use out of it. To me, I just like making things out of little things that you can do something with. So here's the deal. What I did was I got these all ready. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do here. Let me give you guys some... I'll give you guys measurements of the wood once I get it all together. I'll go through and measure each of the pieces before I put the back and stuff on it. I haven't decided what kind of back I'm going to put on it yet. Right now it's just for the level. I'm just using this piece here to keep it level so my joints are nice and tight right here, nice, and I get a nice square corner when I glue that. What I do is basically just take a little bit of Gorilla Glue. I'm going to run that along this edge. I'm not going to show you guys each one because it's just too much noise with the compressor and everything. I filled it up right now. You could just easily do this with hammer nails, but the nailer works, the brad nailer works a lot easier, I can guarantee you that. If you don't have one, then I would suggest go ahead and pre-drilling them and using yourself some nice fine wood screws and use the glue. The glue just helps, it gives it a little stickiness right now to hold it sort of, and at the same time it helps bond them together and keep a nice edge so when I paint it. Okay, I just want to put Gorilla Glue on the edge there. Now I'm just going to bring them two together real nice and tight. Let me get the glue out of the way. And then we're going to shoot this with the brad nailer, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it. Then I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like all put together except for the back. Then I just got to put the back on it and the shelf in it, and then we'll detail it up and show you guys how it goes. So, I mean, this isn't the best workspace. I would suggest doing this on a bench. Right now I'm just doing it here because it's too dark and cold outside my garage right now to be doing it. So, just to give you guys an idea, quick idea what it looks like, how it goes. You want this edge right here nice and flush. You want this nice and flush. This piece here is a tad bit bigger. I think I measured it. So we're going to take the nail gun. I already got my brad nails in here, my longer ones. And my air's already too low. Alright guys, let me go ahead and turn the compressor on. And we'll be right back. Okay guys. Let me show you guys what I did. I put all the edges together. I took all the edges, nailed them together, glued them, put glue on them, tacked them together with the brad nailer. And this is what we get. Now this one's a lot bigger than my other one. The other one's like 13 by something, I forgot. But I'll put the two up and show you guys the difference. And then what we're going to have is, this will be the shelf right here. I'm going to cut this piece here. This will go in the middle. And you guys will get to see what I did is on the bottom one. Not a good time to put two in. On the bottom piece here, I just left that overhang here. The top one's just about flush, but it does hang over just a little bit. That's what makes it more like a little shelf type deal. Because see, what's going to happen is this here is going to go up here. So that's going to make that little front piece stick out more. You guys can see that? No, you can't. I'll get you up where you can see it. Okay. Yeah, this piece here from that chair, that's why I cut that off. That's going to be my decoration there. Down here, we're going to take the small piece, and then down here, we're going to mount this, let's see, right across in that little lip that left down there. That's so if you put stuff on there, it don't slide off. I mean, it's completely square and level. I don't have to worry about that. And then the little pieces of trim, those are going to go on the side. So let me get you guys off here. And I'll give you guys a quick review here. And then we'll be going on to the painting here. This is just a quick, simple one. Give you guys an idea, because what I wanted to show you guys was I had a lot of people saying, why didn't I stain them? Why did I paint them? And I had a lot of people ask me about making them. So here's what I did is, Now I just realized these 2 holes there. So I'm going to have to fill them with some putty. But this will go right up on there. I'd already cut this one to match that piece, as you can see. And then the sides, just to give them a little bit of style to it so it blends in, so it ain't so awful. I'm going to take this here and mount that right on there. Let me turn it so you can see. We're just going to put this on here, and that gives it a little top. Let me get it level for you. Like so. Just something to change up to give that side a finished look. Now, when I paint all that, all these here, where you see all the different lines and the different finishes, all will not be noticeable. You'll notice that once I get done. Like that one up there, oh, you can't see it, it's way too dark. Okay, and then, like I said, down here, we take that off. We just have this flat piece right here. So, it does push it out past that there. And then, we're going to put that on there. You have a little lip, so your stuff don't come off when you put something on this shelf. Now there will be a back, and then there's going to be a shelf in the middle here. I try to get the distance to where it's somewhat pretty much even. Maybe leave one a little bit bigger than the other, because some people do like that, like the bottom shelf a little taller than the top shelf, or vice versa. So, but I try to keep it pretty close to center. So for now, this is what we got. This is part 1. And then part 2, I'm going to show you guys the, let me get this so I can see myself. Part 2 is going to be making the chalk paint for this here also. What I'm going to do is I'll show you guys how I do the chalk paint in the white, because I had to make some white chalk paint. I don't have any white chalk paint. This is going to be gray and white. I don't even know if I got gray. I think my gray is no good too. So I may end up making some gray also. I'm just going to make a small amount for right now, and I'll make bigger amounts later so you guys can see it. If you want to go back to my other videos in the beginning of the year, or beginning of my videos, I don't even know what video it is. One of them shows you how to make chalk paint. It's very simple, very cheap, and a lot easier and a lot cheaper than go out and spend $27 to $30 some a quart for the chalk paint that's on sale. I mean, if it's a specific color you want, and you want to do something specifically, I mean, that's up to you, and you got the money to spend on it, have at it. I mean, I'm just trying to show people how they can do this without having to spend so much money on so many things, that you can do the same thing just as well, cheaply. This here, like I said, I'll put a picture up with this one of what my other one, my first gray and white one, looked like. That sold, I had, within a couple of days, I had almost 300 hits on it on Marketplace, and literally did not know who to give it to, because everybody said, I mean, my Marketplace thing was just clicking away with people. I mean, there were so many messages: is it available, is it available, is this available, is this available. I just didn't even know what to do. I literally didn't. I stopped making them because I didn't have enough drawers. And basically what I started this from was, if you watch my other video, this was a drawer, is what I had found it from. I just took a drawer and happened to set it on my workbench, came back, and then that light bulb goes off where you see, oh wow, I could turn it into something. And I happen to have one of these little chair rail things laying here. That was laying there, that had been used on something else. So I set it on top of the drawer like that. Stuck a piece of wood in the middle and thought, there's a shelf. So I'll show you guys later, like I said, once I get a better set of shelves, not shelves, a better set of drawers. You got to get certain ones. You got to get the more oblong ones that pull out like from the center, not the long wide ones. Those won't work, because that face is what you're using for your base. You want the front drawer like a kitchen drawer. If you look at your kitchen drawers, how you got that big square in the front and you pull it out and all your stuff's inside there, those are the drawers you basically want. Don't tear your kitchen apart to make them, but let's see, if you want to, I mean, that's up to you. But like I said, when you find the dressers, I'll show you guys. When I find some, a lot of times you can just find the dresser drawers by themselves, where someone's destroyed the cabinet itself, so they just throw the drawers out, and that's what you really want. You can make a whole ton of these. I'll show you guys more, because I'm going to be looking for some of them. When I find some, I will be putting a video up of how I make them from those. And the chalk paint and all that we'll get in the next video. I'll show you guys how we're going to do chalk paint, and I'll chalk paint all this. And then you guys get to see how it's done from the very beginning. This one here is how I made my wife's, out of just basic wood. I built hers separately. I didn't make hers out of a dresser drawer. But the other one that I sold online was, and it really went over well. So I'm going to make a lot more. I just, like I said, I couldn't get out to get the drawers and get a collection of them started. I just happened to have them two laying in my garage, and I set them out there, and there it was. It was from an old dresser one of the kids had. But we gotta get this video over with. I don't even know how long it's been running. So, yeah, hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope it satisfies what you guys were asking. This is why you basically can't stain it, because you're using, I mean, that's a pre-painted piece of, it's got like a coating over it. So yeah, that can't be, that one you can't stain. I mean, I could stain that. These are not stainable unless I want to strip them completely down to the wood. They have like a plastic coated finish stain, and it does stand nice and smooth though. So that's where the chalk paint comes in. It's super, you know, forgiving. So you guys get to see that in the picture. If you go back and watch my video, the one of Chris and Holly, that the signs got leaked out. That's my biggest video right now. I got like 3,000 views on it. That's one unbelievable. But that's the one that I was painting, the original one like this, and a lot of people just asked why I didn't, you know, stain them or do that. So I thought, well, I'll do a video of showing you guys what it takes to build one of these. They're very simple. I mean, a little bit of wood glue or glue and some scrap wood, and you can make yourself some pretty cool shelves for around the house. So later for now, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying them. Something different, I thought. Instead of the same old pours. My pours are going over good too. But I wanted to do something different. And went outside, got the wood, got everything ready. And like I said, it's just too damp and wet outside to sit out there and work. So I thought I'd come in here and build it and show you guys. I'm going to chalk paint anyhow, which my chalk paint's all in here. I have to keep it in right now because of the weather. So, hope it's nice and sunny in your house where you're living now. Today wasn't a bad day. The sun was out. I was glad to see the sun finally. And this is my DIY shelf. Soon to be finished. When you guys see it next, it'll have the shelf in here, the back on it, which, I mean, you guys know it's just going to be putting a shelf in here. I'm going to shoot some nails through the side. I'll put some glue in. I may put a little wedge to hold it weight. But this wood is pretty thick. You can see it's ½ inch or more. Might be 5/8 thickness. So it's a good thickness of wood. And I don't really have to worry about it once I put a little bit of glue and shoot some brads into it. It holds together very well. It's very sturdy, very strong. So hope you guys are enjoying them. Hope you're having fun. Hope you guys like my new stuff. And watch for the part 2 if you want to see it painted and how we do it. For now, later. Peace.